Hello, everybody.
God.
God,
You say what? The first thing of the fucking intro, and I just lose it.
I know, like, we need to keep you in the corner. I'm just gonna have you sucking out ball gag, drooling in the corner. It'll be fine. Show might be better.
Why a
Show might be
ball
watchable at that point.
Why?
That'll be fine.
That's so wrong.
Hi guys. How
Hi.
you doing? Best intro ever?
Hello.
All right. So this week we watched School Live, otherwise known as
Gakkou Gurashi.
Gakkou Gurashi. And God, I love this show. I love it. So, Greg, do you want to go down the always get. Let's start off by whether or not you recommend it, because if you recommend it, then we don't have to spoil anything, because there are going to be spoilers everywhere, and I don't want that, because I love this show.
It was okay. I would recommend it. I actually like the show, but for probably a lot more different reasons than you have.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong.
So
yes, but even
again,
more yes.
this will contain a lot of spoilers. So just again, heads up.
Okay, so you know what? We should definitely start off that first episode.
All right. So the first episode. Do you want me to kind of give my take of it?
I mean, why not? Because okay, let's put it this way. I actually recommended this to my other friend, or my other friends to watch, and Chris, who's Pat's brother, he saw that first episode and then was ruined for the entire second episode because he was realizing things that happened in the first episode that may or may not have actually happened.
So essentially, it starts off with our first character introduced. You'd probably say she's like the super main character, the main protagonist, Yuki. And she's your stereotypical, like, this whole show looks super cutesy. And just like the animation style and like the art style and everything, it's very good. And like she just kind of wakes up late for school, and you find out that she's actually just living in the school as part of like a club, and she goes to class, and it's just kind of like she's super ditzy and like airheaded and stuff like that, cute and blah blah blah. Like her other club members, Kurumi, or I probably butchered that, Miki and Yuri are all very like level-headed and stuff like that. Each one's got their own little like personality quirk and stuff like and everything. You also are introduced to like their supervising teacher Megumi, and then they have a club pet, Tarumaru. And let me just say, Tarumaru is one of the fucking cutest dogs I've seen in an anime. He's so adorable.
All right, so spoiler, plot twist.
So basically, it's going through the day, and and at the very end, you realize you're looking through the day from Yuki's perspective. It's a normal school.
And let me just say, this has the best, or one of the best versions of a unreliable narrator that I've seen in actually, I think this is the first time I've seen an unreliable narrator in a show.
And essentially, the episode ends where the three other girls are talking with each other, like, yeah, basically it pans to Yuki literally sitting in the middle of a destroyed classroom with like blood and like scratches and just everything destroyed, and it pans out to zombies out in the courtyard.
zombie apocalypse with little girls and delusions. It sounds amazing, right?
So the three girls are like super like level-headed, and Yuki is just kind of is
Yuki lost it.
is hallucinating all of it, and like the three girls are like playing along because essentially Yuki's like super lighthearted, like upbeat attitude is basically keeping them from going insane.
Yep. And actually, you know what? My favorite quote of Chris was as he's watching the second episode is, "She's so broken. She's so broken."
This is like a cute version of High School of the Dead.
I mean, yes. And
And
that's okay.
like
Can I say the reason why I picked this show?
I'm honestly curious to hear this myself.
Okay, so you gave me a great show that quite literally does not have an end. Like, a show that just stopped out of nowhere. Like, that show was amazing.
Yeah, Konosuba was pretty good.
So, screw you. I'm gonna kill all these main characters that I know you're gonna love.
So, yeah, you're a dick. Literally, when I was watching after the first episode, or like first or second episode, I threw him a text. I'm like, so I love Megumi and Tarumaru.
Yep.
Those are the dog is a freaking boss.
He
He is so good.
He fell right into my trap.
And like super major spoilers, the Megumi that's around like the girls and stuff, about halfway through you find out, yeah, she's not real. She's a hallucination as well, just from Yuki. And like I had the suspicion because of the way like the girls were like react like were talk amongst each other, and like they never really included Megumi in anything, in any of the planning, any of the meals, food, anything. And I'm like, that's really weird. And she was never around for certain points.
The text you sent me. Oh my god. That was hilarious.
Yeah. And
if she
and then
doesn't
later,
exist, I'm gonna be so pissed.
And
then you're like,
I sent
I
that
can't
after like
find
episode 3.
And then he sent more. He's like, I can't find any proof she's actually there.
After like an episode or 2, I literally sent him another text that was like, God damn it, I can't. They won't give me any proof that she's actually like real.
Oh man.
I was hoping so hard, but the thing is, she was real, but she died. So she sacrificed herself to save Yuki, Yuri, and Kurumi or whatever. And like because Miki came into the group later,
Yeah.
but the other 3, like Megumi gave her life to save them.
Uh-huh.
And later on, you find that she's like still the one. Okay, one of the things about the series that I like that they did with the zombies is they kind of like blurred them out so it wasn't like super dark and like gory, but they also made it so they kind of have some memories of when they were alive.
Yeah, no, like the kids were attracted to the school
part
during winter. Like, yeah, it does. It plays a huge part, and then you know that actually that makes things even darker sometimes, which is great because the little amount of Megumi that was actually still there.
Yeah, it was sad. And fucking god damn it, they made her infect Harumaru. God, I hate you. I was so sad.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think you realize how much of a success that is because that was pretty much the reaction I had at the end of Konosuba. We were just like, "Where's the rest of it?"
No, like, and it bothered me because they're just like, "Oh, Harumaru gave his life to protect like a little puppy." Why didn't they bring the puppy in? to kind of like replace him.
Fuck your puppy.
Like, they should have made it where they found the puppy as they were leaving at the end and took him with.
See, I bet you they knew they weren't getting another season.
But it still would have been like more closure.
Yeah, well, I don't know about closure.
It almost seems like Tadamaru's sacrifice was in vain. And like on top of that, on top of him being infected, he still had his memories and like saved Yuki at one point while infected.
Yeah, no, that was a little weird,
but then like it like still had that like instinct of trying to attack her. They had Taru infect Hirumi. Miki went down to get like they actually had a cure, which was awesome.
Yeah,
like
no,
there's not a lot of series that give a cure to the infection.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they gave the cure to Tadamaru, and like you see him poke his head out of the box. I'm like, yes, he's fine.
And no,
no,
he's not.
Like it was too late. God damn it, you're a dick.
So
my the last text I sent to him after I finished the series was, "Fuck you." My two fucking favorite characters, the only two that I like really liked, died.
I thought the other characters were well written.
They were good. I thought
they were solid, but I knew you'd get attached to those two
because they're like the cuter characters.
Yep. Yeah, I played you like a fiddle.
You played me like you're a bitch.
Oh my god. Okay, so I mean, like okay, so like those are the main points, right? Like, I do kind of want to emphasize that like it does go episode by episode, right? Like each episode has its own actual arc, and the arcs actually make sense, and the arcs actually get like closer to the goal, right?
And each episode resolves itself.
Yeah. So like that's something I don't necessarily see in a whole lot of anime, right?
Yeah.
Because there's like a whole bunch of things that just don't quite transition from.
Plus, not to mention, it's one of those things where, like, I watched the first episode, and the site that I use to watch these, like, it tells what genre this is.
Oh, yeah!
And, like, I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cutesy. Like, you told me it was going to be. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It is cutesy.
It's cute. It's cute. It's funny. It's quirky. I'm like, okay. And then the ending happened. I'm like, that would explain why there is sci-fi and horror slapped onto this.
I'm like, yeah, no, that's like that actually has to be one of the best reveals in like.
And it's after the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode. That's super good.
The one thing that I kind of liked was like, even though Megumi was technically like dead and she was just like a zombie in the basement, she still, like, her spirit still kind of protected them. So they even brought, like, ghosts into it.
I mean,
because think about it, when they're in the library, like, Yuki was off on her own, and she's just like, oh yeah, Megumi saved me.
Yeah, no, it was like, I don't know if I'd chalk that up to Megumi, but it could just say, like, that her delusions are actually, like, super helpful.
Well, it's
which
still
is strange.
Yeah, it's still the fact that, like, whatever. And then later on, it was actually her spirit.
Yeah, but it's just, yeah, no, I love this show. It's so good.
Yeah, it was good. I'm not gonna say it wasn't.
Okay,
but...
so what was the reason why you liked it? Because you said you'd recommend it, and then we went through all the stuff that made you want to punch me. So, like, what was the point that made you go, like, yes, I'd recommend that? Like,
just because of the interactions with the characters.
Yeah, like, no, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
Like, I enjoyed, like, my two favorite characters I loved them, and that's one of the main reasons why I liked this series. Is those two characters in particular.
Yeah, I don't think it would be the same if they did do a second season. Just because,
No.
it'd be rough to try and replace that kind of interaction.
Yeah,
So
because like each one of the four main girls are like they're good, they're well written, like everything. It's
don't
just
don't get me wrong. I think that if they did do another season, like they could definitely expand on those characters and make them way more
relatable.
relatable. Yeah, because like they do kind of distance some of the characters, which I mean, like the who is it? Is it Yuri?
Yuri's the one that
president.
always
Yeah, the
like
president. So
intimidated.
like she doesn't even, or Risan. There you go. That's why I couldn't remember that one. But Risan is like, I think she could have been expanded on way more.
Yeah, she was just kind of there essentially, and
Which
she
I
was
mean,
more. She was just kind of like the planner. She didn't really have like. And there's only one character that really did anything, and I think I can't remember her nickname. I think it was just Michan or something like that.
Mikun.
Mikun, it was Mikun. Yeah, it was only Kurumi or Mikun. Like she's the only one who did anything.
Yeah,
Like, with her weapon of choice, a shovel.
I think Risan was actually in the right position to take over kind of the role of I think she's actually put in place in case there was a second season, because she could take that place of Megumi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she could, like, if they just like develop her early in like a second season, then it would make everything so much like it would fit that role pretty well.
As kind of like the leader.
Yeah, it's kind of the leader, the back, whatever. But yeah. I think that's the reason why she was involved, in case things did move forward. But
I think they may have mentioned the puppy just in case, like they did get a second one for
yeah,
Taruma.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking all of it was a setup in case there was a second season. But so far there is nothing. Why do all of my favorite shows die after a season, dude?
When they could very easily get made into another one. Dude, there's a series that like I'm waiting for the third season on. They had two where I'm waiting on the third one.
Really?
Yeah, Log Horizon.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna have to read up on it. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, so we are at that time, I believe. What time are we at?
A time.
Oh, well, we got 18 minutes. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not really a whole lot more to say about it, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, zombie apocalypse has been done so many times, you kind of know what the problems are.
It was a nice spin on it, though.
It was a good spin. I'm not going to lie. Like, I was getting tired of the regular just run down the street, shoot everything. So, like, having three sane people care after a delusional child who's seeing shit and
it's interesting, and it's nice that they didn't include any guys, so there wasn't any romance.
That I do have to agree, not having romance in there was a good breather, because there's, like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't mind having a romance story, right? But I think that with adult anime, or I wouldn't say that, well, I'd say that this is
It's more adult themed.
pretty adult themed, but like adult themed anything automatically turns into some sort of love, romance, something, and it didn't need that. Like, I think that's where it succeeded.
And they also only essentially had one little like fan servicey episode, and that was the swimming pool episode.
Yeah, I think that was like the huge hurrah, because that was the last quote unquote normal episode. Yeah,
Norm Day, and then
you
find out Yuri's like huge.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I want to say more about it, but really, there's not a whole heck of a lot more to say about it. The build up to the twists are pretty good, but
Yeah.
a lot of it just happens to be
And it's
that
one of the things where like even though they know that they're so disconnected from like the zombies and stuff like that, like they're completely different, they still like they're still human.
yeah.
And like there's gonna be hesitation.
There's a lot of internal conflict that isn't actually directly addressed, right?
But you pick up on it and you know what it is.
Yeah, no, like it's well written in the way that you know that there's a problem, but
Like essentially she hesitated on like the first kill that you really see her have.
oh yeah,
Is like she just dropped like the phone drops and she like almost she hesitates for a second because the zombie was holding her cell phone and like she just sees the picture of like them when they were normal and it's like they were humans.
well it goes back to her first kill, which was her boyfriend, right?
Which was her it was her senpai.
Oh, I thought it was her boyfriend. It could have been her. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, that was so like that becomes a common theme. The saving of who was it? The saving of Kurumi is a thing. Again, we don't get too much into Risan's story. Megumi's sacrifice. So and
Yeah.
oh, we didn't talk about Kai either. Okay, so like
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
so they go to the mall and the three girls go to the mall. Kurumi's in the mall and they save Kurumi and they go into Kurumi's story where her friend Kai and her actually held themselves up in the mall.
And that was also where Tarumaru was.
And that's where Tarumaru was. But that whole backstory I thought was pretty well done.
Yeah, and it like they never really well no, didn't they like do a brief thing where like Miki looked back and saw that Kai was right there
Yeah, so
and
Kai,
she had been infected.
Yep, Kai was infected already. So
Yeah,
like that
she
was
got fucked up.
but like yeah, no, there was
And
This
I'm
show,
sorry,
man.
I found it hilarious every time like Miki went to pet Tarumaru and he just like would just look away from her.
well, she was
And
a
they
dick to
expressed
the
why.
she was a dick to the dog.
She said it. She snapped once.
She's a dick to the dog, man.
She snapped once.
That and she was also like trying to convince wasn't she the one who didn't want to feed the dog because they needed the food?
No, they never did that.
I thought there was a moment like that, or like they were running low on supplies or something.
Yeah, they were running low on supplies, but they never once like were like, oh yeah, we can't feed Tarumaru anymore.
Oh,
They're like, we're gonna need to get food for him as well.
oh, see,
Yeah,
I was talking.
as far as I remember, they never once like even thought about just like getting rid of him.
Well, not the main girls, just Kai and Kurumi.
No, I no because Miki mentioned that they had plenty of food and water. But it was slowly starting to go down, and then Kai was just like, "Yeah, I'm leaving because this isn't living."
Yeah, now she's really not living.
But
Well, I mean, problem solved? Question mark.
all right, but we should probably wrap this up
Yeah, no kidding.
because
So
we're just kind of rambling at this point.
no, it's whatever.
Although that is kind of what this whole thing is.
Well, yeah, it's a vlog. It's not like we're actually
Your mom
is a beautiful lady.
I know.
All right, so I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. All right, so thank you guys
You
so
haven't
much for
already.
No. All right, so
What are we doing
next week? That's what I was gonna go. I was working.
I was gonna
on
say it sounded like you were about to end, and I'm like,
So next week, yet another viewer suggested show. In fact, this is the same. Our only viewer that seems to be commenting. So yeah, no, guys, if you made it this far, which no one does, because I looked at the stats and like people only watch for like 2 minutes. So like, so if you have more suggestions, what?
Nothing.
So if you have more suggestions, please let us know. I love being able to watch new things. Our new show is going to be Tokyo ESP. We get to talk about espers. That's gonna be fun.
And it's not the melancholy of Haruhi.
Shut up! No, I'm just kidding. What? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about like telekinesis and like
Espers, I know.
yeah, except there's limitations. And actually, I started screening things, so like this is actually gonna be kind of interesting. I don't know. I find it more like there's way more action involved than Tokyo Ghoul, but it's like Tokyo Ghoul. It's in the same genre, but like there's more stuff going on.
All right. Well, yeah, join us next week for that.
Sweet. Also, I think we talk about Oof, right?
Yeah. Stay tuned for a special, like, little episode of.
Hopefully.
We're gonna be talking about his special D&D character known as Oof.
So yeah,
and why it's a bad idea to play D&D with him.
Yep, I don't play D&D anymore. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time. Greg,
What?
Thanks.
I hope you guys have a great day, week.
Fuck you, Greg. Just fuck you.
Bye.